Welcome back to the Fight Me Bro betting show. Today we will be breaking down the bets that we like for UFC 141. 241. 141 would have happened about 8 years ago. But we are your hosts, Matt and Nick, and hopefully we're going to bring you some winners. I have been on quite the hot streak, like I've been saying all season. This is the season I become an MMA sharp, and it seems to be working out that way. I'm 5-0 on my locks this quarter so far, and I'm up about 6 units, which is very different for me because I'm typically down a lot of units, like my friend over here, Nick.
That like you in real life as well.
Yeah, I've been betting for some reason. I will give out a lot of betting advice, and then for some reason I think I am still a mush, but I guess I need to talk myself into being this MMA sharp. But
just a pick.
This week I have to go full live bullets on everything I take because just to really prove that I do have what it takes to be in the win column.
Write this down too, because this either could be like the takeoff of Sharpdom, where it's like, see, look at how much money you could have made all year.
Yep.
Or B, this could be your
God, God truly does have it against me with gambling. But I have 4 picks. Nick has 6, so I'm gonna let him get into things and start us off.
Well, like Matt said, I am doing abysmal. I thought it's been 3 weeks since I got a pick right. It has actually been 2, 0.5 since I got one right on the Leon Edwards Sunsao card. So, we're leading off hot. We're going back to the daily double business.
The bold strategy that started last quarter
that I don't think worked once, we're going back in. We're doubling down on Manny Bermudez. The Bermudez triangle, minus 150 to win, plus 125 by submission. I didn't even read the guy. I think it's a late replacement. No, that's a different fight.
Casey Kenny?
Yeah, whatever. That guy sucks. He is terrible. And Manny Bermudez has subbed his last 7 opponents.
Yeah.
Like, pretty handily, too. It hasn't even been close. Also, fun fact, Manny Bermudez, only a purple belt.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Guy's just one of those guys that puts it together for MMA submissions, I guess. But this should not be close. I was thinking about going for the triple-double, and throwing in the under as well, but I'm not going to do that. That might be a little too feisty.
You're pushing your luck there.
That might be too feisty.
Okay.
So we are, and also you got a nickname like the Bermudez Triangle. Until you start fighting ranked opponents, you're probably not going to lose.
Yeah.
Manny Bermudez, by sub, Manny Bermudez on the line. This is how we get back in it.
All right, well, I like that pick. Maybe a little foreshadowing. Maybe it may be on my card. Well, get into my first pick. We're going. No, not quite yet. I'm going in the Sunsao Sandhagen fight. I think Sandhagen looked really good against John Lineker. However, I like a Sunsao here at plus 180. For him to be a 2-1 underdog, like the guy has been nothing but, I feel like, underestimated his whole entire career. And granted, outside of his last, was it he just lost to, was his last loss to Moraes?
Yeah.
So it's like, Moraes makes a lot of people look pretty shitty. I think this is going to be the true test of Sandhagen. I've kind of been on the board saying that we were very quick to just call him like the next title contender. He beat some no-name on a late replacement, and then John Lineker after he was out for like 2 years in a row. So I'm not ready to say Corey Sandhagen is that elite level yet, and Sunsao has proved that he's just pesky. He's going to be at the top, and at the end of the day, this is how MMA works, where the young, exciting prospect is just going to get shut down by the old, boring, same old. So,
I'm ready to say that. I got Corey Sandhagen beating Sunsao.
Okay.
Sunsao's 37, fighting at a 135-pound division.
Yeah.
Yes, Moraes made him look bad. Yes, he's been pet, but he hasn't had he lost to Moraes last year. Then the previous year, he only fought one time. That was Rob Font. Where the fuck is Rob Font right now?
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere. That's where. So it's been a couple years since the Sunsao has had like a marquee. I was, as you're making the rounds of Twitter this week, there are people forget that Sunsao beat TJ Dillashaw.
Like 8 years ago.
Yeah, like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, relax, Seth. People do forget.
Mm-hmm.
And so my thing, this is at 37, just got majorly, I think was that the first time he's been knocked out? I think it was.
Yeah.
Like, majorly knocked out for the first time. You're 37-year-old and slow. Sandhagen is he's at that, this is where you see what he's about. Like, he's either going to come in and look, which I'm anticipating, I don't think title contender yet, but he's either going to come in and look way better than he had. Like, he's at that evolution stage where it's like, this this is where you most commonly see huge leaps made.
Yeah.
And I think Sandhagen's going to make that leap, and just Sun Tzu, under normal circumstances, had this been 5 years ago, would probably eke out another decision.
Yeah.
But in this instance, he's old. Like, you're just old, man. That's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Lose.
the thing is, I think Sandhagen is legit, but at 2-1 odds right now, like that's heavily over. Like for Sandhagen to see who he's beaten to be minus 225 over Sun Tzu, who's been at the top. I just feel like
actually.
What?
210.
Oh, okay, whatever, close enough. I don't know. I like this pick here. Almost made it my lock, but can't be throwing out locks on a Sun Tzu. That's reckless behavior.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, so that was your pick. My next pick is going into the Steroids Bowl, the Clegane Bowl, whatever you want to call it. It's Yoel Romero versus Borrachinha in the ultimate man rocket category ever. If you're not excited for this fight, like seriously, just block me, delete my number, never talk to me again. So I wish there was a bet just to like how many rippling muscle shots will we get in this fight, because I'm just going to take the over. But that wasn't an option. I'm going Yoel Romero over Paulo Costa, minus 140. Ultimately, I was just trying to envision this fight, and not in the way that you would think so, but I'm trying to think about how would Paulo Costa win, and it just seems like it is impossible to just hurt Yoel Romero. Like it almost.
He could win a decision. I also have Yoel Romero as my next pick.
Yeah.
My thing is, I'm very worried about a 3-round fight.
Mm-hmm.
If Yoel can't knock out Paulo Costa, there's a very substantial, the first round, there's a 0% chance Yoel wins that.
Mm-hmm.
So then in round 2, it's basically what I'm banking on is just, I know that Yoel Romero can throw gas through 5 rounds. So 3, not a problem. That said, he doesn't fight throwing gas all the time.
No.
Very lazy, which is his style. Lulls you to sleep, blah, blah, blah. We all know this. If you watch any Yoel Romero fight, you understand what I'm talking about. But I also think it's possible that, Costa just piles up punches, kind of, and it's you didn't do anything, so that guy wins. Very nervous for that happening. However, I would like to imagine that in the early going, Costa will, tag him, triggering wrestling mode. Yeah. I have a very specific outline of how I think this is going to go. And then if you can take Costa down 2 or 3 times, I have a really hard time believing his gas tank's going to hold up.
Here's what I think about it, and that's why I like Yoel Romero here. Borrachinha has gone into the second round, but we have not seen him fully tested where he needs to pull out a tough win. I have a feeling his gas tank isn't much better than Yoel, carrying that type of muscle. And 2, the way I see it, like you said, Borrachinha's going to hurt him. I think he's going to fake hurt Yoel, that thing that Yoel does where he just looks either super gassed or kind of hurt, and then just come out of nowhere with an explosion and just rock you. I feel like Whitaker, it happened to him over and over again where it looked like Whitaker was going to steal the fight, and then Yoel just will come back and steamroll you. And the way Paulo Costa has been fighting, it very much seems like he is one of those guys that can't help himself from just going all in. So he's going to crack Yoel and be every living human being would go down to that or be hurt, and Yoel is just going to be oh no, he thinks that hurt me, but really, I'm just playing possum. So I like Yoel here. Wouldn't be mad if Paulo Costa wins, because then, who knows what kind of crazy fights they're going to put together. So I love this. I'm glad they both made weight. They made weight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't check. I just didn't see any outrage on Twitter, so I assumed that they did. So, okay, so I have one more pick before my lock. Did you just want to fire out another one?
I have one more before. Or wait. I don't even know if I made a lock. I might have literally just went to board and just not made a lock. But I'll find my last one. It'll be one of these last 2. We'll go with, let's say... I got a lot of variety. I like everything so much, that's why I'm hesitating. We'll just go move up the card. I'll take Nate Diaz over Anthony Pettis. Reasoning being, if you told me without a face to the name, or without a name to the face, I guess is the better way to put it, that you're going to get a pressure forward fighter who's not going to get tired and stay in somebody's face, back them up, and keep them on the end of their punches, but just always be swarming them, is going to fight Anthony Pettis, and you're going to get that person at an underdog line. I'm going to take that person 11 out of 10 times. Mm-hmm. That's Nate Diaz. Yes, he's super susceptible to getting kicked. Mm-hmm. Yes, he will, once again, 1,000% lose the first round of this fight. I have a feeling Nate Diaz is really not he's going to have to shake off some rust.
Yeah.
It's going to take him a minute to get going. But after he gets going, I could see this very much looking like the Michael Johnson fight.
Yeah.
Like, just a avalanche of offense. And Pettis just trying to find room to kick. And his fate, like, Pettis has been, he busts up pretty easy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because he's fighting all these savages, but and so does Diaz. Let's not get it twisted. But, like, Diaz doesn't care that he gets busted up.
Yeah.
And I feel like this, by the end of the second round, it's going to be like, oh, okay. Not trending great for Pettis. I'll take that archetypal fighter against Pettis at an underdog line every time.
Well, I also have Nate Diaz. What is it? Minus 120.
Plus 120.
Plus 120. For all the reasons that you said, and plus I have like a couple of major reasons. One being that like the ring rust thing. For someone like a Jose Aldo or like a Cowboy Cerrone, some people that you could tell like they get in the mental game, I think ring rust is definitely a thing. For Nate Diaz, I almost feel like his brain is so dumbed down that he doesn't even know what it's like to be like, get the jitters or feel like, once he's in a fight, he's like, oh, I'm just home, and he naturally just gets more relaxed in there. So I think a lot of people thinking like, it's been 3 years. I have a feeling with Nate, it's going to mean a lot less than people are saying. It's impossible to escape ring rust, but I have a feeling he'll bounce back better than most guys. And then another thing you said about the kicking with Pettis, I think if Pettis plays a smart fight and works the leg kicks and is maybe a little more controlled than is like wildly reckless, I'm going to get into a dogfight with you, I think he could win doing that way, but I feel like that Anthony Pettis is like never going to be found. Like Pettis right now is in mode where I'm here to put on entertainment fights. Like that's really my draw. I think he kind of knows like his days at going for champ are
I totally disagree.
I think he thinks they're a little bit more far-fetched. That's why he's like, I'll go fight Wonder Boy. I'll go up and fight.
I would almost guarantee whoever wins this fight, and if Nate Diaz wins this fight, calling for title shot.
Yeah.
If Pettis wins this fight, he's calling for the fight that gets him a title shot. Like in Pettis' head, he is 2 fights away, this one included, from a title shot at any weight. Literally any weight. 45, 55, 70.
What I'm saying is, I don't think Pettis is in the industry of just trying to win a decision to get to the title. He's here to be like, I'm going to be exciting fights. I'm going to try to be the draw. I'm going to make some money. He wants fight of the night. If he's going to try to get fight of the night, I feel like that's where Diaz just, like, goes off. If you're going to be, you do not want to be in a brawl with Nate Diaz. And I feel like it's going to be, like, I could already picture it now, going to be like a Tony Ferguson-esque fight where Pettis is in there, he's in the mix, then he gets bloody, like you said, like round 3, where Nate Diaz just starts piling on. I see a 3-round decision, 2 rounds to 1, Nate Diaz. So I like that a lot. And now we're on to lock time. So you gotta go. You want me to go first? So you have time
I got
to put
it.
this together?
Off the cuff, we're plain and simple. Daddest man on the planet. It's DC. Minus 135, light line.
Ballsy.
Yep. Ballsy. I've been nervous about this fight all week, but that said, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm on board with this train of Stipe is chinny. He's punchy. He can't take shots anymore. Francis ruined him, even though he did come out of there with a W. Francis
That is a hot take. That Stipe got ruined by Francis in that 5-round fight.
Took some bricks.
Okay.
Took some bricks
That's
to the face.
a take quake. I like it.
A lot. That's not really that hot of a take. I feel like a lot of people are on that. Everybody that's on the Stipe's punchy train is on the like. It started. Well, no, people are saying like it started with Mark Hunt and JDS, but they're like Francis pretty much did him in. Like DC was the not to discredit DC at all, but like that was the culmination of
the hardest punches he got was from Francis.
Yeah, that like eroded the chin and this time DC coming in trimmer, like you could tell he's got a game plan, and Stipe also looked way skinnier. I don't know if that's gonna help. He looks very drawn out, like, and not. He's a heavyweight. He's not cutting weight, but he looks drawn out in the sense of, like, I don't know. His face looks skinnier, arms look skinnier. Maybe he's going for speed.
I think he came in like almost 10 pounds lighter.
10 pounds lighter than he did last time. As did
crazy.
DC. But DC said he did it purposely. He's like, I think it's going to be a longer fight. I need to be in better shape. I don't know, man. Something just tells, like, with Stipe having less muscle mass and this and that, the chin. Like, if DC comes in as the same DC that he came in last time, I think that's good enough. And knowing DC, like, he's going to make adjustments. Maybe not athletically better. He's old, as Stipe's not young. But I just... if we could see DC do a little bit of wrestling, like I think a little clinch work wrestling, like you're really that clinch boxing game and stuff, I don't see that changing.
No.
And so, like, as long as DC is able to get there, I don't see Stipe just all of a sudden outboxing DC in the clinch. Like, that's not going to happen. Stipe's route to win this fight is very stay long, win rounds. DC's route to win this fight is he's got, I mean, it's not that much more, but it's like, okay, you could be fast, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, obviously you're not going to kick anything.
Yeah.
Really, it's just 2-1, I guess. So it's just wrestle or dirty box. And it's like, I'm going to take the 2 over the one that it's like Stipe stays long and with his chin up in the air all the time. And it's like, okay, that, you know, when you could take Francis down as a safety valve, great. But you're not going to do that to DC. I got DC because also I'm cheering for the John Jones trilogy fight.
Ballsy fight just because it's heavyweight, and that's what scares me the most, that it really, who knows how these fights would play out. It's almost like you wish there was a simulation that you could just like run it over again and just see how they would happen and just see the back and forth knock each other out. But I almost took Stipe on this solely because, like, as an emotional hedge. Just because if you are a fan of storylines, people, I know Stipe is the firefighter, but like the whole story of Daniel Cormier would be just so much cooler if you there's just so much more possibility if he's able to win this fight, because if he loses, then if he comes back, it's going to be for Stipe's third fight, which honestly, even right now, depending on how the fight goes, like, I still don't want to see that, man. Like, even if it's like a really close decision between those two.
Today, I'm just kind of out on Stipe right now.
Yeah, like, I don't even
Until his attitude changes around, that sounds like such a petty thing to be upset
You have
about.
a bad attitude.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, quit fucking whining. Like, he's being super smug with all the reporters now, like, when I win the title. And it's like, I understand that people, like, they go with the supreme confidence thing, like, oh, when I win. But I don't, the way he's delivering it, and again, this is just one of my, like, little isms where I just pick something random and just start fucking hating on it. But it's like, dude, I kind of don't care about all the firefighter stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of seem like you're being an asshole about this the whole him getting a rematch leading up to this fight when he gets his title back. The whole situation, he just kind of seems like he's being a dick.
It almost seems like he's taking it at, like, what is news as just direct disrespect. Like, anyone that brings up, like, oh, when you guys fought the first time, like, I feel like Stipe's the type of guy that would say, he didn't beat me, he got lucky. And then just be like,
he
and
has
just
been saying that.
Yeah, just like, no, what do you mean? Like, have them correct him the same way he's been correcting people. Like, when I win, he's like, what do you mean he beat me? He never beat me. Like, he got lucky. That was it. And it's just, it almost seems like he's got this chip on his shoulder that isn't really validated, that no one else is being like, yo, dude, we have your back. And it's just coming out very unlikable. So, like, I almost bet on him because deep down, I'm just praying DC wins. And like you said, you gotta believe in something. What gets me out of bed is I gotta believe that Jones and Cormier, they were meant to be, man. Those two were made for each other.
The only trilogy that I care about seeing where it's 2-0.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, every other fight trilogy, don't care.
I know. It's horrible for MMA in general. Because
to set that precedent.
Yeah, because they'd be like, look, people still care about 3-0. Like, they're going to push the same narrative when Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw fight for a third time, and Cody loses again.
Uriah Faber fights 7 people.
Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
All right, and then now back to my last pick. It's going to go to your first pick, Manny Bermudez over this Casey Kenny guy. I think Manny Bermudez is the real deal. 14-0, he's choking out everyone. Absolutely wild that he's a purple belt. And I think this is going to be... I feel like UFC does this where they put a lot of these guys that are about to blow up on the undercard. Like, they give them matchups that are supposed to be intriguing, and then it's an opportunity for them to look really fucking good. I think this is one of those.
Padding highlights.
Yeah, exactly. So, Manny Bermudez, minus 155 for double units. I love it. I'm 5-0 in lock so far, so let's not make this the first week that I shit the bed. So, other than that, yeah, we'll be live tweeting along with this. I'm going to try to catch this live. It's too good of a card not to. But it's also my last Saturday night before we leave on vacation. So speaking of which, stay tuned for we're going to keep having our podcast come out. So on Tuesday, we'll be releasing an episode that we're about to record. It's being recorded on Thursday before the fight, so we'll talk a little bit UFC 241. Other than that, just stay tuned for some tweets. We'll be on vacation. Maybe we'll send you some cool pictures of the scenery. Until then, we'll be, I guess,
Gone.
We'll be gone, and we don't have any fights next week, right?
No, I think the week after that there's something, but
That makes sense that we at least have a good break. I feel like the MMA Twitter needs a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
So, we'll be seeing you guys next time. Follow us along, Below the Belt MMA. Peace.